Shall we go and speak with Sir Leonard, Master? I take it you've some business with this person. Then pray, follow me.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Oh, there's something written here.
Shall we take a closer look?
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
Over here, if you would. One wakestone shard is a mere rock.
Well, you ought not strain yourself.
Oh, have you some business with the apothecary, sir? Oh, no, I'm not lost. I'm an apothecary in training, you see. So when I heard tell of a medicine only to be found in this village, I thought I'd come. But, well, as luck would have it, I've not enough gold. Will be ashamed to return empty-handed after coming all this way. What? You do that? Suppose there's no harm in that. Seems my luck's not as rotten as I thought. Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit robbery? Oh, well, if you do pick...
Ought to set my nose to the ground.
What am I to do? I really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps it's time I went looking for him. That place close by it. Yet it ought to befall him.
Ah, well met. Here for some fruit roberant, are we? Between you and me, cuz, they're mighty easy to make. Simple as combining the ingredients if you know what they are. Do come again. Ah, well met. If do come again.
We ought not tarry, but deliver what we have retrieved post-haste.
I'm not sure what to do with myself today.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit robber in for? Oh, I haven't much to offer in return.
Lots to do. Have precious little time.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and... Though our paths diverge here, it surely won't...
It seems you've somewhere else in mind you'd rather go. If you've no need of my guidance, by all means, lead the way. I'm all talked out, Master. Perhaps another time. I only hope your memories of our journey are as fond as mine.
Very well. I shall return.
Master, if ever your pack grows cumbersome, know that I would be glad to purchase any of your unwanted items. If ever you've need of an ear to listen, you have but...
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns.
Twill be an honor to serve by your side.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps his time I went looking.
Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
Let us take care when and how we put them to use.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps his time I went looking for him. That place puts my hairs on end. Yet if aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself.
Since my feet always feed me here. My stomach's growling. Time for an early supper.
All this worrying.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps his time I went looking for him.
Well met. She told me all about it. I'm in your debt. Ulrika's as good as my daughter. Now, tell me, are you registered with a... Perhaps you already know this, but registering with a guild will grant you... Well now, that won't do. You need only speak with it. Go on, 'twill only take... If there is aught you wish to know of vacations, mayhap I can advise you. 'Tis a vacation for those who seek... I am a fighter myself, and naturally 'tis a vacation for those... At close range, however, a bow is near... 'Tis a vacation for those who... However, the more powerful... Thus, a mage is unlikely to... 'Tis a vacation for those whose thieves favor light... Their talents depend upon their finesse and ability to compensate. Should you dedicate yourself... Try them, as you like. Very well. There is no wrong. But I shan't take up any more...
Here at the inn, we also offer... I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
In my line of business, patience is key. Always a pleasure.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entry.
We may benefit from pursuing the information.
Leaning before I'm too tired.
Ah, you've returned. First and foremost, will you accompany my thanks? Are you ready to depart, or very well? Speak with me once you've
Well met. Hope to see you again.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.
Hale, if you've a moment to spare, as you can see, we're rebuild. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A basque of saurians has made their nest up. I'd like to enlist... I've prepared some
A saurian nest so near the village is worrying indeed. Let us see the explosive casks there, as quickly as we may.
Right you are.
You have honed your talents to new heights.
One can but strive to improve.
Time to be heading home.
It's been a hard day.
Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison in. With any luck, the saurians will reel. But pray, take care not to drop it. You must make sure your aim is good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss...
Now we are to throw a jar of poison. Be sure to handle it with care, Master.
You haven't forgotten us, have you, Master?
That reminds me. The pawns here are all men, I notice.
Tis surely a coincidence. Don't make such a fuss. Well done, Master. Those Saurians shan't dare approach the village for some time, thanks to your efforts.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
Time to be heading home.
You've done as I asked, I see. And I must say you've a fine arm. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap, or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed.
Our task is complete. Outstanding.
A job well done.
'Tis vital that we rest and regain our strength before moving on.
To do. He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my ears on it. Yet if aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself. My stomach's growling.
Let's see. Where to next?
Time to be heading home.
At least my back's not acting up today.
Feels eerie with no one about.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Good. Then let us be on our way.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be.
We must not let down our guard.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it... comes.
What a glorious success!
Once more.
Is the lawful ruler of Vermont. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne, yet not all claims are true. Our kingdom sees tenders, and they are not justified. There's one of them. Regardless, it is well known by our mistrust on our journey.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
That was superb, Arisen!
Is there nothing we can do about this obstacle?
If a ranged attack you can count upon my aid, might I be of assistance? Stay with me, Arisen. Wait a moment.
Our master has given us an order. Surely you do not intend to disobey.
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead?
An Arisen.
An Arisen? Another pretender?
'Tis uncertain. This...
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but...
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea. If the claim is false, we will be... All's been arranged. Come.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. Townspeople depend on me.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet...
My legs are stiff as boards after training.
Let me get that.
Is everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's...
A common reward, frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
It is a glad thing to rest.
Must not let down our guard.
No one can defend themselves when grappled like this.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward!
Impressive, Master! Fight on, and victory shall be ours!
One of our number is unconscious.
Quickly, Arisen. We must regain it. Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen.
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
I quite agree.
The enemy has called reinforcements. It seems they need to match our might through strength of numbers. The Arisen has been drenched.
I'll go and open the chest.
An astounding discovery. Indeed. Good on you for being so observant.
Oh.
Harpies! Be on your guard!
It fears fire's fury!
Now, what might that be?
We ought to take a closer look.
Well, we've eaten our fill. What say we settle our stomachs with a few hours' sleep?
Good sleep is the key to a good adventure.
Our master cuts a gallant figure in the throes of battle, but is no less striking here in the campfire's glow.
Very true. I know just what you mean. feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
What's this? We're trapped. Aye! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places! A Cyclops! Hey! Be on your guard! You have my gratitude, sir. Could seem I misjudged you. I had taken you for another folk, yet the value you showed in give it to one of the sentinels. You're free to make your own ways. Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your... Well now. The road's blocked. A powerful current ought to set this rock to crumbling. We could some...
Then I shall remain by your side. Mayhap you'll think this a trifle, but one master I served was quite the carefree soul, shunning armor in all its forms. Fascinating. You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
I see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down.
No?
Goblins! What rotten luck!
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's all...
Goblins, master!
I could have done no better.
Impeccable! Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you... All right. Into the ox cart, then.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Have a gander at my wares. You shan't regret it. It isn't an easy life, but I enjoy the travel. Pleasure doing business with you.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, though I admit I had my doubts at first.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved.
As decreed by the great will that arisen now resides, it follows, therefore, you must submit to questioning. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your... I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender. Lest my actions, then you have truly lost your memory? You, and no, some days past, the people rejoice. Yet, not all celebrate. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous consul, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place. Word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Desde, your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to our own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for us. Desde chose to abduct your Majesty while you recovered. Following that, she prepared a however, with your Majesty return, I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my...
Naught compares to a real pal.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here!
You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet.
But not at the expense of my duty.
Good heavens! The pantry's crawling with nuts.
What delights might there be?
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
Each new day is a chance to turn a profit.
Got to sell off what I can.
I'm not sure what's best.
Got to try to enjoy life where and when I can.
Shame in letting down your hair now and then.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
There's all sorts to do round here.
Always another errand to see to.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Ah, excellent find.
I can't wait to see what the day holds. Now, just about halfway that
Dead on my feet. Well met, son. How might I be of service?
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes?
Indeed. Tell us there's been a shift in the chain of command. look. Lots to do.
Try all of my tucker. Get the salt off my skin.
My legs are fair numb from walking about town.
I don't tell the
Seems my
A treasure chest! Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
What are you up to? Greetings. You seek guidance, do you not? You have lost sight of your path, but you need only make a worthy offering in exchange. If the way forward is shrouded to you, I can offer guidance. I have seen your path. May these words guide you true. You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
Oft we forget the value of a moment's contemplation.
No shame in letting down your hair now and then.
Well met. You are come to Shakir's Inn, a place of rest. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. There's trade to be had in times both fair and fell. Much obliged. I fear I've no wisdom to offer.
I'll bet this place has its share of secrets.
I've little enough gold to spend as tis.
Catching naught but fry of late.
Time for an early supper.
Best make ready for the morrow.
Peruse at your leisure.
Where was I found again?
My met, sir. Seems to be feet.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
Oh dear. What am I to do? Oh dear. What am I to do?
Well met, sir.
Coins, no?
Not a care in the world.
Greetings. Welcome to the Guild Hall. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word. Forgive me, but I'm afraid we are not accepting registration for warriors or sorcerers at this time. You see, as we currently have no archer staves or great swords on hand, we are unable to outfit new members. And we cannot simply purchase more, as the delivery of arms intended for the local armory and other guilds in this domain was plundered by so regrettably I cannot assist you. Unless you were to let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Methinks Roderick will be able to tell you aught of the stolen shipment. He runs the local armory, and we purchase almost all of our stock from him. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
We shall have to scour high and low.
I've a nose for rumours of every ilk.
Welcome to the Star Drop It. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the finest brews in all...
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears.
Fine wares all...
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Desde denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no... It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be if none would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's... If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Desde's misdeeds. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels for now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a witness. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from What say you, your Majesty? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation.
Who was that young man, I wonder? He did not seem a criminal. I cannot imagine why that guard was chasing him.
We want for information. Mayhap we ought to speak with this Sir Roderick. I take it you've some business with this person. Then pray, follow me.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Hail, friend. I've an eye for people, and I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. Fear not. I only ask your name to... I'd be much obliged. Sound appealing? Then...
This place is lovely. I might stay a while.
So tired. Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore...
You've come. So, what say you? Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till then, farewell.
We will find much better rest in an abode than out in the elements, methinks. Let us make good use of it while we can.
You have my support.
Shall we make for Vernworth Palace?
Places such as this nourish the spirit.
The rules at your left.
Nothing more deadly than getting comfortable.
Now, how best to proceed?
A lonely place, but not without its charms.
We've arrived, just as planned. You'll remain here.
You are the Arisen. Follow me!
I'll feel aside better once I've had my dinner. Not with whatever happens here.
Townspeople don't think
I'm a man of leisure.
There's much needs doing.
I could see myself having a kick. Back to it.
'Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, pray be cautious, Your Majesty.
Sword arm cries.
Would
I only
all
pray
my
my
days
watch
were
finishes
sent
without incident. Can't wait for the new equipment to come. What to do about combat training? My sword arm could use some work.
Dull days for us are a sign that all is well.
Such
What was I supposed to do?
quietude as a
I've
blessing.
clean forgot.
I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible. I only pray my watch finishes without incident. Boots to train, arms to procure. No time for sleep.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I simply feared that if I spoke the truth, but that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers.
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin,
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace. This room turned up little of interest. But I'll head out first and speak with the sentinels. Use that opportunity.
Where have you been, Your Grace?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. I thought a stroll might clear my head.
Even the best of us has his limits,
I'd not mind
lingering for a spell.
Not to look forward to, but a long day of work.
I mean, I really would have been better off a baker.
Now, how best to proceed?
Sometimes this is the only place
Feels eerie with no one about.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Ah, excellent find.
There's got to be something fun to do here. Oh, most of the old buddy
I could use a little fun to brighten my day.
Resist. This hustle and bustle puts me right at home.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's... To think, Deeza's actions, 'tis a surprise, but a welcome one. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza, you have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am...
Regent Deeza appears to be working in concert with this Phasus fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, what say you? Might I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight.
We have been charged with the felling of monsters.
By combining our strengths, we shall overcome this trial as all others.
Wish I could go.
Shall we get some rest then? Tis a perilous journey I've had arisen. When that griffin came upon us, I feared we were done for.
Good morrow, everyone. Come. We've much to be getting on.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Something good will come of today. I just know it.
Could use a little fun to brighten the day.
I sense eyes upon us.
Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique.
Over here, if you...
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now,
there's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
Riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. This really is fun. In the north of Vermont is our curious tale stage, where ventured a hero of left.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Many thanks.
Saurians!
Ice is our ally against the Shreeds.
The Arisen has been drenched! Arisen! Are you all right?
My. I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. Ah, 'tis obvious. Let's just say there are some who don't. I was to report on your coming, but I suppose that job's over. Now you So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no reason to try. Understandable. Still, no harm in asking, was need anything?
How dare you! Very well. I shall return. I shall.
You there! Halt!
Shit! We're in for it now.
With all likelihood, he is an agent dispatched from Batal. Pray, let us handle the rest. We will hear all he has to say before the week is out. I bid you, wait till then. Report to me if aught catches your eye.
Yes, sir!
We shall see those who are in life.
I shall come at once, Arisen.
I swear I've never slept better.
Need anything?
Seems my feet always barely scraping by.
This might be worth a read.
Let's have a look then.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Times change, but there's always coin to be made. Many thanks.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Take it easy today.
Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. You'll find only pieces of the and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die. If quality's your concern, you're in the right place. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
This really is fine craftsmanship. This part's a little...
Hoi, friend. Klaus sent word that you've agreed to rescue some of my pilfered equipment. I'd be grateful for aught you can reclaim, truly. Fair warning. Goblins are behind these ox cart raids, I've since learned. No doubt they're hoarding the stolen arms in their den. From the tell of it, their lair lies somewhere along the Western Road. Pray do be careful. If aught were to go on, losing my wares for good would make me sore. But no sack of gold can compare to a fellow life, eh? The goblin's lair lies somewhere along... I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. 'Twould bring me peace of mind to know someone taught them a lesson at least.
seems we must venture to Trevor Mine. I believe it lies to the northwest of Vernworth. Follow me. I will guide you to the location.
What do you think of that story? 'Twas well told and all, but not particularly exciting, eh? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hear bandied about the tavern every other night. I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. Haven't learned much, that's for sure. And by the look of it, he doesn't appear to be making much for his efforts, neither. So where's all his coin coming from, then? Makes a man wonder.
Gather round, gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Vermund is our curious tale staged, where ventured a hero off left off the page. He delved...
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
The latest tidings from Melv came as quite a shock. It's been decades. It was a tragedy to... I thought to myself, with the dragons coming, and indeed, we have our sovereign still, that I would see this kingdom restored.
Pray, allow me to open yon chest.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Need anything?
This really is fine craftsmanship.
Now, need anything?
Make me glad to be alive.
Well, my son, how might I be of service?
This isn't much to go on.
With a ferry stone in hand, we can travel wheresoever we please.
'Tis not an item to be squandered.
No sense travelling when I'm happiest here.
No dawdling! The Arisen calls.
By your leave.
When does my watch end? Little time.
Oi there, friend! Care to help a fellow out? All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my ox cart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melv again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melv. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in now. The carts only depart at certain hours of the day. But I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station. And mind you don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice, and I would advise against trying any funny business. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see? In case it encounters any... So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up with that. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard. Then come find me when the job's done. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all. Come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
We ought to see this to its destination.
Mayhap I'll find myself some...